I want to talk about something as we start the show today. And Hugh, I need you to do one thing for me today.
What's that?
Just one, I'm requesting one thing from you, from Kyle, from the audience. I just need one thing today. And where that takes you, that's fine. Just where it takes you. But I need you to be honest today because I've started to think about something.
I'm always honest, Joe.
Okay, well, I need you to be specifically honest with this particular conversation.
Here we go.
It's just I need for this particular conversation.
Is some reckless.
That's not reckless. I don't think this is reckless.
This is reckless.
What this is we're just talking among fans. This is a safe space. The Midday Show is a safe space. And I've watched this Eagles offense struggle for weeks and weeks and weeks. And we have a situation right now where our passing game stinks. In the last 4 weeks, I'm going to reel off some quick numbers for you for Jalen Hurts. 59.1 completion percentage. That would rank 31st over the course of a season among starting quarterbacks. 6.6 yards per attempt. That would rank 27th. An 86 passer rating. That would rank 26th. So over the last month of the season, Jalen Hurts in this passing game are playing like some of the worst in the entire NFL. Those are facts. Those are the numbers. And we keep looking at it and trying to unpack what's wrong and this and variables and all that. And I just keep thinking about something, and I'm wondering, and I have to tell everyone about it. I have started to privately wonder what the offense would look like if Tanner Mckee was playing quarterback. I don't think I'm the only one out there. I have thought about it. Yesterday we received, 3 or 4 phone calls from people talking about Tanner time. Deep down, I have started to picture what the offense might look like
deep down
with Tanner Mckee. Yeah, I mean, I'm being honest.
You're curious.
I'm curious what it would look like with Tanner Mckee. We've talked about this for a long time. This guy's been here for a few years. Every time he plays,
he's the future.
Well, you've said that. Every time he's played well, right? Whether it be preseason or the games at the end of last season, we've seen him move the football. And now we have a season where we're not moving the football at all. I'll be clear. I don't expect this to happen, but I, as a fan, have privately started to picture what this offense would look like if Tanner Mckee was playing quarterback. Hugh Douglas?
Nope.
Be honest.
Nope.
Have you started to think about what it would look like with Tanner time?
Listen.
Honest.
We're reckless. That's reckless speculation.
No, it's not.
It's not speculation.
Well, it's reckless.
Is it
reckless?
It's reckless. It's WIP. Reckless.
Let me say this.
It's very normal.
This is actually what fans do.
I don't wonder what it looks like because I already know.
Oh.
I already know what it looked like.
And what would it look like?
I need y'all to listen before I answer this question because some of y'all. No, I mean I need you to listen.
Here we go.
Go ahead.
And understand. I'm talking about my 10 years in NFL when I say this. It would be in a small sampling size successful. And the reason why I would.
And that's supposed to stop me from recklessly thinking.
Then that's reckless. So.
Listen to what I'm saying. Now, we are in a position where, we tend to forget because we're fans, but there's a monetary value tied to Jalen. And if we went that way, we're sitting $50 million on the bench. And in a small sampling size, so we've seen this before. Remember Kevin Cobb? When Kevin Cobb came in, and I don't remember the exact stat, but Kevin Cobb made history because he had either it was his completion rate or it was something where he was the first quarterback in the history of the NFL to do this.
Yeah, he had a nice start to his career.
He had a 4. And here's another thing people when I talk about this. Every quarterback looks good for at least 4 weeks. Every last one of them. And Tanner has been good in spurts because he's not the guy that is game planned for. So he's going to look good. So just say, for instance, for the sake of this argument, Eagles come out today and they say, we're going to start Tanner Mckee, right? Number one, whatever happens, you can't go back to Jalen. That's it. You can't do that. And I don't think that they're ready to do that. I don't think, first of all, not ready to do that. I don't think they're going to do that. Tanner's going to go out there and play well. The ball's going to leave his hands quickly. It's going to be all this, that, and the third because two things. Tanner can play, and the defense is not familiar with him. If you want to go, I would think as a defender, we were going to a meeting, we're going to have to pull tape from Stanford, and we're going to pull tape from his start in against the Commodores last year.
Cowboys.
And the Cowboys game when he was in garbage
Giants,
time.
Yeah, yep.
You're gonna pull those tapes and you're gonna try to glean what he does good. Now, Tanner's gonna go out there and he's gonna run a timing offense. He's gonna get the ball out of his hands quick, and that might be successful. in small spurts. But as we progress through the weeks, then the nuances of his game will be taken to the lab. We just call it taken to the lab. They're going to take his game to the lab, and they're going to dissect his game. And it might not be the same. And say, for instance, he starts to struggle. Then you're stuck with that. You're not going back to Jalen. You're not.
Well, all right, couple things off that. Number one, you saying that it would look better, it makes me even more intrigued. There's only 5 games left in the season.
Yeah, but that's a small sampling size.
I'm trying to win games. I mean,
you're trying to let's say you're trying to get to the Super Bowl.
Well, and they're trying to salvage this season, which has themes that it's collapsing like in 2023. So if you're telling me you think it would look better in a short sample, that makes me even more intrigued. As far as monetary, as far as numbers, as far as I can't worry about all that. That's their issues to worry about. All I know is this. The Eagles need to be better. The offense has stunk. The quarterback has played quite poorly now for a few weeks in a row. Mm-hmm. They have another quarterback they've been developing for years underneath. And I'm starting to wonder what it would look like. And in the past, I haven't wondered this with Jalen Hurts because I just have thought quite clearly since Jalen became the starter, he's obviously better than his backup. Right? Like it wasn't a question that the offense would be worse if Mariota came in 23. Mariota's terrible. It wasn't a question to me when Gardner Minshew was here because I didn't think much of Gardner Minshew. I just thought he was a journeyman quarterback. And I'm not telling you I think Tanner Mckee is the future or even a long-term starting quarterback, but Jalen has declined. Jalen's not the same player he was at 22. He's not the same player he was a few years ago. He's not playing well. So if the bar is whatever Jalen is right now, what is Tanner? Is Tanner well underneath the bar? Is Tanner the same right now? I mean, I all I know is my mind is starting to wonder.
My mind's telling me no.
My mind is starting to wander a little bit here. 215-592-9494.
This is some reckless speculation.
I don't think this is reckless. It's not reckless. Last month, 59.1 completion percentage.
I'm running out of space on my
yards. Yeah, you needed a notepad. 6.6 yards an attempt. An 86 passer rating. You know what that is? That's bottom of the NFL. That's bottom of the NFL. If his name wasn't Jalen Hurts, if his name was someone else, if he didn't have this contract, all anyone would say was get a new quarterback in there. That's how he's played for the last month. It's bad. So I can't not wonder what it would look like. I'm not telling you they're dropping 40 if McKee goes in there. All his warts might be exposed. He was a 6th-round pick. I'm just telling you for the first time in Jalen Hurts' time as the starting quarterback, I have started to think about the backup. 215-592-9494. Where are you on this? I need honesty. Just be honest. Have you thought about it? Let's hear from another quarterback who we've probably done this to in the past. Donovan McNabb. You mentioned Kevin Cobb. Donovan Cobb back in the day, of course. Jeff Garcia, all these other quarterbacks who are around. Donovan on the afternoon show yesterday talking about the issues, and he says, stop pointing fingers at Kevin Patullo for what's going on. Here's Donovan.
I'm going to tell you this. To be honest with you, I know everybody's coming down on Kevin Patullo. Listen, it's easy to point the finger at the offensive coordinator and the play caller, but I think it's a little bit more than just the plays that he's not calling. I think some of the plays that he wants to call, he can't call it with this group.
Well, why do you think that is?
And I don't think he's fully trusted with this group that we have.
So.
I mean, you feel the same way?
No, listen, it's hard for me to tell which is which. I'm with you there. Is it he can't call a full offense because he doesn't necessarily trust the personnel, or is the personnel not executing the offense that he's calling?
I think it's a little bit of both.
This is why I love, that was almost like he punched Ike in the gut. He wasn't expecting that.
Well, what do you think Donovan's saying there?
There's a lot to digest in that cut.
Well, okay. Well, let's digest it. Is he talking about the quarterback, or is he talking about the whole offense, all the personnel?
I think he's talking about the quarterback.
Well, then Donovan's obviously wondering what it would look like.
No,
I hear Donovan. How could I not think about what a different quarterback would do with the same offense?
But the ramifications. I just feel like once you open that door, Joe, ain't no coming back.
Okay, so,
and I don't think you can do this.
But is this about the future, or is this about this team?
This is okay. I'm going to say something that's going to make a lot of people mad, but this is the reality.
10-12.
Yeah, 10-12.
Okay.
This is the reality of the NFL, and it's partly is the reason why people feel the way that they feel. You ready?
I'm listening.
Jalen Hurts is a pillar of the community. I know that doesn't sound like it's a lot when you talk about what's actually happening on the field, but that's very, very important. Jalen Hurts has been to 2 Super Bowls and has won 1. And I know for the sake of this argument, that argument doesn't hold weight. But this is where I need you to be logical in the way that you're thinking right now.
Nope.
And I know that's probably asking for – that's a big old ask right now.
You know what you can't do? You can't control the thoughts you have.
I know
I've wondered what it looks like.
But see, this is why, like, when I would talk to my relatives about football, and this is where the rubber meets the road for the reality of football and the reality of real life, right? And that's where the line gets muddy, but that's where it separates for me and for the organization. Jalen Hurts is the face of the franchise. He's the guy that when they're giving out turkeys or they're doing anything in community, he's the face.
For now.
Okay, but he's the face.
Right, but just like any other Eagles face was the face until they weren't.
You're right, until he's not.
Yeah.
But there is no logistical reason to point or say or move Jalen Hurts. And I know that's hard for people to grasp because of the way that this offense looks. But the history of this team is it's always like Jalen has not had the same offensive coordinator in his whole time here in the NFL, right? And Jalen Hurts has always found a way to work himself out of whatever this is. Whatever's going on, he's always found a way to be successful. It would not be a good look. And it would just not be a good look.
So here's why I understand what you're saying. I don't think it matters. The Eagles move off everyone. The Eagles fired Andy Reid. The Eagles let Brian Dawkins walk to the Denver Broncos. The Eagles took the first quarterback that won a Super Bowl here and let him walk to the Jacksonville Jaguars after taking the team back to the playoffs. The Eagles took a quarterback they paid the most money in NFL history to and replaced him within 2 years in Carson Wentz. The Eagles took Doug Peterson, who won their first Super Bowl, and fired him. I don't think this matters. I think they do what's best for the organization. And look, I don't think they're going to bench Jalen Hurts. I don't think this is going to happen. I'm just telling you as a fan, I've wondered what the other quarterback would look like. For the first time in his time as Eagles quarterback, since Jalen took over, I've wondered what could the guy behind him do? Because this isn't good enough. I mean, this offense just isn't good enough. And is there a lot of ramifications to the Eagles making a decision? Of course there is. I don't have any ramifications. I'm just wondering, as I watch the game, what would the other guy look like? A.J. Brown, after the game on Friday, talking about what the real issue is, and he used that E word again. Here's A.J.
I think lack of execution. Like today I had another penalty. Stuff like that can't happen.
Our guys getting schemed open enough.
Yeah.
So then why is it pass all things?
Execution, the issue, according to A.J. Brown. All right, 215-592-9494. Let's have the conversation.
No.
We're doing it. We're here now.
We're here.
Well, you over there, Mr. High and Mighty, I would never think about this. Also,
I would never think about it.
Alluded to the idea, it'd be better if the other quarterback was in.
No,
how does that make me not think more about it?
Joe, because it's a small sampling size.
The season has a small sample left. What am I waiting for?
You can't go back. If you do that.
Oh, well, okay. Before Kyle chimes in on everyone's phone call here.
Why are you laughing, Kyle?
Right,
I don't like this conversation.
I
don't like this conversation.
I need to present something.
A lot of reckless speculation going on.
Speculation.
Y'all trying to take my inside of the year away from me.
No, you're going to do that on your own. Okay, so I think we're maybe missing something. You said there's no going back, right?
No going back.
How do we know the Eagles aren't already moving off this guy after the season? Are you guys sure? I mean, go back to the last 25 years of Eagles history and go to when the times their offense was this bad. The coach or the quarterback do not come back. I mean, if this thing continues down,
are you invoking Doug Peterson?
Doug and Chip and Andy, go back.
We will endure.
But no, the Eagles don't endure. Do you know what Jeff Lurie?
I meant like the Bain. Remember when Bain said we will endure?
Yes.
Yeah, we will endure.
I'm just saying, guys, if you think, oh no, how could you do this because you can't go back? Eagles history says when the offense is this bad, they move off the coach or both the quarterback and the coach. So they may be closer to this than you think anyway. Listen, I don't think they're going to do anything significant with this. I just have started to wonder.
You're just recklessly speculating.
I'm just recklessly thinking.
Curious.
Yeah, I am curious.
I think you're curious too.
Of course.
No.
You called McKee the future.
I'm not curious.
You called McKee the future.
I did the future.
You told me they would win.
Now is not the time.
Now is now.
Nah.
Now there's no time like the present.
No,
Kyle,
I mean I know the situation we're in, but no.
Kyle, what are you feeling?
Yeah, well, safe space today.
Always.
Nobody's listening but us three.
Just us.
I know Hugh's curious.
No, I'm not.
You're curious. I'm a little curious. Like, how can I don't know how you couldn't be. What?
Sounds crazy when you say it like that too.
We're just curious.
We're just curious, Hugh.
And we are bold enough to say that we're curious out loud. It's a safe space.
This isn't even like it's going to sound crazy that I say this. This isn't even like a pro Tanner McKee thing, an anti Jalen thing. I'm desperate at this point.
Yes.
I was coming on here last week talking about letting Sirianni call the plays. That's how freaking desperate I was.
And that was desperate.
Because this offense sucks so bad that I wonder what it's like if you tinker with some of the variables, right? Because now it's about, we'll say, a 3-season sample size of what the passing offense looks like, and there's two constants. It's the coach and it's the quarterback. So everyone's blaming Kevin Patullo. I thought about what it would look like if he wasn't calling the plays. I've even thought about what it would look like if we had a different head coach with a different scheme in here. And of course, naturally, I get a little curious about what it would look like with a different quarterback. And I understand that's the point of no return. I'm not even like pounding the table for them to go to Tanner McKee because I'm sort of with you. I don't think he's the guy of the future. That feels like we're back in quarterback purgatory again in the postseason or in the offseason. But like, you have to admit, you've thought about it.
No.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
You're the one that called in the future, not too long
Tell
ago.
the truth.
Yeah. I didn't think
You're
about
curious.
It.
Hugh.
Nah.
Come on.
Nah.
We're all a little curious.
That just sounds crazy.
We're curious.
You know, somebody called me a 7-year-old this morning. I'm kind of agreeing with that right now.
And they're listening, probably thinking this is what I meant when I called this guy. All right, 215-592-9494. We got a lot to get to today. We got a prize. We have Devin coming up at 11. Ross Tucker later in the show. Let's start with the conversation. Have you started to think about it? I have. I heard a call on the afternoon show yesterday making good points to Ike and to Spike and to Fritz that he's thinking about. I've thought about it. What would the offense look like if McKee was in there?